Hey guys, Matt from Mr. Matt's Arcade here. Today I'm going to show you how to add a couple of things to your AlphaMax 3D game board. The main thing we're going to be installing is CRT shaders, and we'll also install, if you don't already have it, aspect ratio switch. So I'm going to download this scripts.zip file from the Google Drive link in the description, and then extract it wherever you want. So I already downloaded it. I extracted it to here. Here's what you'll find inside. So you will find a folder called scripts, folder called shaders, aspect ratio, switch.sql, bash launcher, crtpy scanlines.sql. So if you already have Pandory installed, or one of my versions that already has the 4:3 and 16:9 aspect ratio switch, then you can skip ahead to just installing the CRT scan lines. If you don't have aspect ratio switch installed yet, then we'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So for starters, you would take bash launcher, this is the RetroArch core from Pandory. Credit goes out to those guys for this one. That allows you to run bash scripts. So you would copy bash launcher, over to your SD card, go over to the RetroLib folder. This is where all your RetroArch cores are. Right click and paste. Alright, now we have bash launcher. So let's go back to this. And then we will copy the shaders folder. Copy that. That goes in your RetroArch folder. So you can paste that here. And then let's go back. Then last one is scripts. So copy that. And that is going to go in your game folder. In the scripts folder, you'll find 4:3 aspect ratio, 16:9 aspect ratio. Both of those, the credit of that goes out to Team Pandory. And then here's the two new scripts that I made based off of similar way they did the other ones, which is crtpy off, crtpy on. What we're installing is a CRT shader for the AlphaMax 3D. So once you've done copying everything, the next thing you'll do is go over to the res folder, and it's best to make a copy of your game's database before trying to edit it. So right click, copy, right click, paste, and you'll end up with a copy of your game's database in case anything goes wrong. And then we're going to go ahead and open the game's database file. I use DB Browser for SQLite. So let's take a quick look here. So we'll check out table EN, which is your display name. Scroll down to the bottom. So we have 10,019 games currently. It comes with 10,005 or 10,006, depending on which version you have. And this is your search name. Table EN match. And then table game. Alright. So this database currently has 10,019 games on it. So we're going to go over here to execute SQL. And then going to go to open SQL file. You want to go to where you unzipped the download. So first we will add aspect ratio switch. Again, if you already have this one, you can skip this part. So you click open. It'll load it up. And then over here you click play or execute all. Should say successful. And now if we go back to our data, table game, there's 4:3 aspect ratio, 16:9. We'll come back in a minute to show you more about that one. Table EN match, again this is your search name, there they are. And table EN, this is your display name. There we go. So those are installed. Let's install the next one and then I'll show you the details on the table game. So let's go over to execute SQL. Let's open CRT Pi scanlines. And then play or execute button. Should say successful. Now let's go back to browse data. Scroll down to the bottom. There we go. We have CRT scan lines on, CRT scan lines off. Currently, the way I have it set up, the scan lines are only compatible with your 2D games. With a little tweaking of the script, you could add it for, or you can make a second script and add it for 3D games as well, but I haven't tried that yet. Table EN match, this is your search name. There we go, CRT Pi on, CRT Pi off. And scroll down to game. Here we go. They're all installed. So this is the file name. The next one over is your suffix, .sh. And then here is game type 9000. And they're in your scripts folder. So let's go back to, if you don't already have Pandory installed or one of my versions that has the bash launcher, you need to go back to your SD card, go over to the lib folder, open up the startgame.sh. These are all the different cores that are installed along with their emulator number. So you're going to scroll down to the bottom and you're going to add a new entry. So you want to follow the same format as the previous ones. So here we're doing 9000 as the number, and then close parentheses, and then game underscore lib equals bash underscore launcher underscore libretro.so. And then on the next line, you put these two semicolons. And then you would go up to File and Save. And that would save your file. If you open up this Start Game SH and you already have Bash Launcher installed, then you don't have to add it, obviously. So there you go, guys. That's everything needed to install CRT scan lines on your AlphaMax 3D. Should be compatible with any of the versions of the AlphaMax 3D. And I also showed you and included the files to install the aspect ratio switch if you don't already have it. For both of the aspect ratio switch and the CRT scan lines, if you go onto your game board and go to the 2D list and go all the way to the end, it'll now display those. To use them, you just start it like you would a game. The screen will say loading, and then it'll kick you back to the main menu. And then when you go enter your next game, it will have the changes, whether it be the aspect ratio switch or the scan lines. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And as always, please, if you found this useful, click that like button. And then click subscribe if you want to get updated for the next updates that I'll be releasing. Alright, thanks guys. And as always, game on, my friends.